welcome for his monthly visit, Jason Healey, our Acting Dining Services Director.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Thank you for having me. So today I kind of want to talk about some of the things that will be happening in dining in October.
Okay.
And also a couple things to be on the lookout before the end of the year.
Okay.
All right. So this week is actually, and it's not on your calendars.
Not on
or
the Dining
menus,
Services calendar.
But just so everyone's aware, this is Dining Services Appreciation Week.
This week?
This week.
Cool.
So the 6th through the 12th, we run Dining Service Appreciation Week. So you will see there will be a sign in the community. Also, too, we do something different for our staff every single day to kind of recognize them for the work that they do and appreciate all of the time, energy, and effort they put into their jobs.
Good.
But I do ask residents, even though they do a great job of it every day, just saying thank you and appreciating the work that they do and giving them recognition, especially during this week, is always well appreciated.
When we had Housekeeping Appreciation Week, there were a couple of times I was able to just stop a random housekeeper in the hall and thank them, and they loved it.
Yeah, it's huge because it tells you that your work is really appreciated,
right.
And that's what we all, I think, look for in life.
That somebody's paying attention. Okay. So we'll look forward to that.
So we have that, and then October 9th.
I'm going to hold up what Jason's reading from here. This is for those of you who do not see this regularly, this is always in our dining rooms, and this is our monthly Dining Services events calendar. You can always pick up one at the kiosk at the front desk.
So on October 9th, we're going to be celebrating birthdays in the dining room, so we'll have birthday cake available. On the Friday, October 18th, is National Chocolate Cupcake Day, and so we'll be offering chocolate cupcakes in the dining rooms at nighttime.
Okay.
So if you, that
should be a crowd pleaser.
It should be, and they do need time to get the cupcakes made and all of that wonderfulness. So if you are a lunch resident and they do not have the cupcakes available for you at lunch, swing back by at dinner and you can get one.
Okay,
so
because
I know
those of us who lunch.
I know.
Okay.
So we just want to let everyone know that's available.
Are we baking them here?
We leave that up to the chefs.
Oh, okay.
So I know some chefs are probably going to be looking at doing them in-house. Some might have reached out to an outside bakery to buy them. But when we do these kind of days, we like to give them the creativity of what they think our residents would like.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then I don't want to jinx myself. I'm going to knock on all the wood I can find.
Okay.
But the World Series does begin on October 22nd, and I'm really hoping our Nationals are there.
Yes.
And so we're not promoting anything yet. But if the Nats clinch World Series bid, you'll be seeing things live streaming and kind of a big event. We're planning to start off the World Series.
Well, let's call the Nats and tell them. Maybe that'll make them work harder.
Whatever. I'm just super excited. We got a shot at it. So, and then the October 23rd, we're going to be doing the lobby treats in our normal area, and we are going to be bringing awareness for it being Breast Cancer Month.
So I'm thinking it'll be something pink.
It will. It will be a sugar cookie with the pink ribbon on it. And we've been partnering with different departments here and kind of recognizing and doing that for the last couple of October. So we're going to keep doing that. Diwali is on Sunday the 27th. And
that's an Indian holiday.
And it's the kind of celebration of lights. Right. And we are going to have samosas available in the dining room and some decorations.
Okay, I don't know what a samosa is. I'm sorry.
So it's really great. It's this filling, and it's a wrapped dough, and it's fried, and we're going to have a chutney with it, and it's delicious.
Good.
And I highly recommend it. And just to celebrate our diversity that we have here on the community, and we like to try to celebrate everyone. And at the end of the day, too, we know our residents love trying some free different food.
That's exactly right.
We do always add that out. And then
so that's going to be on the 27th?
27th, yep.
Okay.
And then on the 28th, we are having our Jefferson and Bistro Town Hall meeting. That's starts at 11, and that's in the Jefferson dining room.
Okay, that's for people who normally eat in the Jefferson to come and ask questions, come and add your opinions, whatever, and the whole Jefferson team will be there.
Yes.
Yeah. And they're usually cookies.
There usually is cookies.
Yes.
I assume there will be cookies.
Yes.
Maybe Halloween cookies, because
that's an idea.
Later that week on the 31st, obviously it's Halloween, and we will you've probably already seen
the fireside
decorations.
is wonderfully decorated.
All the teams are decorating, and I do love the competition between the restaurants on decorations.
Yes.
So we love to see that. So we'll be having that. So we'll be celebrating Halloween in the restaurants then. And then also, I do want to talk about, we are in that window of the survey. And
yes.
so I do kind of mention it based on the fact of, please take it.
Number one, please take the
Number
survey.
one, please take it. Because we want your opinion. We want your voice to be heard. And with that being said, I do talk to a lot of our residents, and when we hear, oh, I love everything, I don't need to fill it out. No, we need you to fill it out too, because
right.
we want to hear that, positive information as well as constructive criticism. So if you love everything, please fill out the survey. If you don't love everything, please fill out the survey. We really want to get as many people on campus to be filling out the survey as possible. And one of the things I've heard a lot in the dining rooms is, I never got my survey.
Okay.
And
so what do you tell them to do?
Go see Priscilla in administration. She has extra surveys. They did come in envelopes this year. I think a lot of people accidentally maybe have thrown them out.
Thought it was junk mail.
Yeah, which happens. I know I've accidentally thrown out. Luckily for me, I always threw out bills thinking it was junk mail.
You're selective.
Yeah, but if you did not get one or don't know where yours is, please go to administration and see Priscilla and get a survey to fill out, because we want your voice to be heard.
And the most important thing about this survey is that it's not about the fact that the cookie I had yesterday was a little dry, which it wasn't. This is an example. It was wonderful. But it's not about a specific thing. It's an overall.
Yeah, I mean, the survey really is based off of your year. And
right.
I'll be very honest. One of the things in the survey, and I do talk to a lot of residents about it, is it does ask you to pick a dining room. And so I know a lot of our residents, and the way we've designed the program is really so people can go anywhere, and we love the fact that a lot of people go to a lot of restaurants. If there's one in particular that you feel you might visit more, select that one. We've already kind of communicated moving forward, we would like that to be at least an option of I eat in all of the dining rooms, but don't let that stop you from filling out the survey.
So you could, for instance, we usually eat in the fireside. We could say that, but if we had an experience at another restaurant that we'd like to talk about, we can do that in the narrative portion.
You can.
And that's where I can talk about that cookie.
Yes.
Or the green beans that weren't right or whatever.
And that's kind of, and I've explained to, a lot of people that I've talked to, and I know our team does, the number section, the satisfaction section, is really rating the management team. And so it's not construction, it's not where they had to move, or I have more people eating in my dining room. It's how is the team managing the situation. Right. And that's where that section is really talking directly towards them. And we look at that when it comes to those managers' reviews. That's a big part of their performance, of how they're doing in their jobs, is based off that feedback. The verbatim section is...
that's the part that you can write or type in if you're doing it online.
Correct. To me, that's just as important, but that's the section where we actually create action plans.
That's where you can really get specific. Yeah,
so when we read all of those verbatims, we are drilling down to say, okay, we're seeing a consistent pattern that this is something for the next year we need to address. Sure. So a lot of changes you saw this past year were things that we saw consistently in the verbatim section, whether that be about the program or options or offerings and things of that nature. So that is a great section for us to know in detail, and it really gives us, everyone gets to read it, and everyone from the management side gets to see it. And that's where we kind of build our game plan for how are we going to manage.
I think there's no limit for how much you can write.
No, and trust me, some of our residents have taken it to task. I think we have some novelists who have retired
But
here.
that's all right.
Yeah, that's great. You know, it just takes me 2 cups of coffee to get through it instead of one. But all the information's great. And don't worry, because we all look at it from a management side. So you're going to write your GS comment about your general services. You're going to write your dining, your medical center, whatever it might be. We break out for each department what we need to look at from our
And don't assume that
standpoint.
somebody else is going to report whatever it is your concern may be.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things too is, oh, well, everyone thinks this, so someone else will write it. That's the same thing as not filling out a survey, and we want everyone's voice to be heard, and we want that section really for the information.
Good.
And then also to remember the management team of what they can really control. They can control, you know, how staff handles or how the food is cooked, and menus and things of that. But when you're talking really construction, and just for the record, dining has zero to do with parking. We do not work in parking. We don't valet. We're not involved in parking at all. But that's one of those things where really kind of evaluate the manager and what the manager can and cannot do.
And I'll give it as an example. The kitchen in the fireside area is new and wonderful.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean there aren't still challenges. Because of all the surrounding construction, they've been without power a few times, they've been without air conditioning a few times, so there are still a lot of challenges that they're working through.
Absolutely. When you're in such a large building like our community buildings are, even if you're doing construction in one piece of it, there's a ripple effect, whether that be construction, whether it be, like you said, electric, power, different things being cut off or turned off. Even the fact of the deliveries coming in, messing up our food deliveries. So we work really well as a team to coordinate all that. But when you have a random third-party delivery company that just shows up, it's a challenge. And I think our team in Town Center has done an amazing job of every day just being.
I think it's made each one of them stronger too.
I would 100% agree with that, and I think they've done a great job as a team. And I think overall, we look at our dining program as one team, and how everyone has jumped in to help one another out. We move people around. We've had people go to other areas to help cook. We've worked in other venues. We've transported, behind. There's a lot of the behind the scenes that
we don't know about.
We try not to talk about. Now, obviously, if we're wheeling food through a hallway, you see us, but outside of that, we try to keep it away from the residents. But it's been a lot. I think the team's done a great job, and I really hope the survey results recognize all the hard work that the entire dining team has done this year.
Fill out those surveys. Don't put it off. We have 30 seconds.
So just be on the lookout before the end of the year. We probably will have larger menus, just because
not more food on them, but a different size.
Correct. We've had a lot of requests for more information and more detail on the menu. We can't make the font smaller because we would get complaints on that end.
Sure.
So before the end of the year, you're probably going to see a larger menu with more information on it. The item count is staying the same, but we will have those coming up. So that's something to look
forward to it. Thank you for joining us today.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you again next month.
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.